are there with all of the details on the big corporate announcement today. Now, after Tata Motors' first electric vehicle caught fire yesterday, the company, through a statement, has said it is investigating the matter and will soon submit a detailed report. This incident comes even as the focus is on EV safety amidst reports of two-wheelers catching fire. Danish Anand filed this report today.
Over the past few months, we have seen several videos of electric two-wheelers catching fire in India, but there's another viral social media video in which we are seeing for the first time ever an electric car in India has caught fire. Well, in this video, a Tata Nexon EV in Mumbai caught fire, and in some time the fire brigade came and they doused the fire. But this again brings up a big question on the safety of electric vehicles. Well, responding to this one-off incident, Tata Motors has said that they are investigating this thermal incident, and this is literally the first time ever that a Tata electric vehicle has caught fire. And Tata Motors in a statement has said that they're doing a thorough investigation and they're exploring all angles that how this thermal incident took place. And the company in a statement has also said that till now the company has sold over 30,000 electric vehicles, and this has been the one-off incidents that has come that has basically come in front of the company and in front of the public, and the company has reassured everyone that they will be thoroughly investigating the whole matter, and as soon as the investigation is completed they will be coming out with a statement. So all in all, if we see at one point of time when we were seeing a lot of reports of electric two-wheelers catching fire, but for the first time ever an electric car in India has caught fire. The company is doing a thorough investigation, and it is expected that Tata Motors will soon come out with a final report.
Right, Hormazd Sorabjee, editor of Autocar India, is joining us now on the show for more on the story. Hormazd, great to speak with you this evening. Now, we've been talking about EV fires all along in the context of two-wheelers, and the general sense and analysis has been that these are companies that are importing some of their components, not checking them for Indian conditions, not ticking all the boxes of procedures, and maybe that's why it's happening. But this is the Tatas. This is one of the most successful four-wheeler EV products in the market right now. How do you look at this?
Well, yeah, it is the most successful EV product, 90% of the market share. So in that sense, probability catches up with it. So obviously, I think it's just that it's unfortunate. It shouldn't have happened. But, I would think it's a one-off issue because the car's gone through, it's been about 3 years in the market, and there have been no real issues with it. So if there were serious issues of design or whatever, they would have cropped up earlier on and we would have seen more frequency of it. My sense, it's a one-off. It could be some quality glitch which led to this. We don't know. We are waiting for the report. But I think, clearly EV fires are an issue. I would say even not EVs, it's to do with lithium ion. I mean, every time you go to an airport, you're reminded of the kind of, dangers of lithium ion. You can't check in your power bank into your luggage. You have to carry it with you in your handbag, just in case, that catches fire. It can be dealt with a lot easier. So clearly it is tricky chemistry, and, everyone's in the learning phase. An unfortunate incident. It should not have happened. It's something that, one should really take serious note of. But I think at the same time, there's no need to panic. These are more, there are isolated incidents, and, I think hopefully, I think companies will, learn and move on.
But, Hormazd, I just want to come back to what you said about lithium ion and the dangers of lithium ion, how that's why we can't check in our power banks when we travel at airports, etc. So then that raises a question, a cloud in a sense, on the entire technology, on the safety of EVs. Now that's back in focus, isn't it?
Well, by the same logic, you definitely can't carry a liter of petrol on board at all or anything. So if you look at it that way, petrol is more dangerous. But, you have to learn to deal with it. Some things are flammable. Some things are, let's say, they react differently. So I think, we know how a car works, a very complex machine. There are thermal issues because you are creating energy, and to create energy, there is a certain heat buildup. That's pure physics, whether it's the engine building up heat or the batteries building up heat, but you've got to learn how to deal with it. Clearly, as I said, lithium ion is a bit tricky. It really depends on the chemistry. And, having said that, why I'm surprised why it happened to the Nexon EV is because it uses LFP cylindrical cells, which are actually the most forgiving when it comes to, let's say, thermal management, because LFP is a more forgiving chemistry, and cylindrical cells you have by their design, when you put batteries which are round, you always have a bit of an air gap between that. Not great for energy density, but good for cooling. It is a bit surprising. I don't think, again, so as I said, I think this is some quality glitch, and hopefully we'll have the answer soon.
The question, though, that people are asking and will be asking is it safe to buy an electric vehicle vis-a-vis an ICE one? And what's the answer there, Hormazd? Because no one carries a liter of petrol to the airport. Things are all flammable, all of that is fine. But how many incidents have happened with traditional cars versus EVs? So that question still remains, doesn't it?
It is there. It is definitely, let's say, the propensity of EVs catching fire over petrol vehicles for the same number is obviously higher. Now, Tatas have said this is 1 out of 30,000, but at the same time, they make 30,000 ICE vehicles a month, maybe more. So, in that context, obviously, it's a much higher percentage. That's why it's in the news. But I think, I would look at it that these incidents will get more and more isolated as people understand what happens. And I think, it's like any new technology. So there will be early adopters. You have issues with EVs. This is a concern, and it's a valid concern. But I think still in the broader scheme of things, it's not a rule. It's more the exception right now.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Hormazd Sorabjee there. Putting in perspective the news about the Tata Nexon, one Tata Nexon catching fire. Now, in a